In this video, I'm sharing this simple 3-word question that might completely shift how you see yourself and what you're capable of. If you've ever seen somebody doing exactly what you wish you were brave enough to do and thought, wow, that is amazing, but I could never do that, then this just might be the mindset shift you never knew you needed. Hey, I'm Tracy and welcome to my channel. This one question helped me see my potential in a completely new way. And once I started asking the question, I couldn't stop. It changed everything. For me, it hit during a 10-day silent Vipassana meditation retreat. No phone, no distractions, just me and my thoughts. And somewhere around day 5, I got a download as clear as day. I needed to start a YouTube channel. I immediately laughed it off as that judgmental voice in my head started screaming, "That is ridiculous. Who would even watch? You can't start a YouTube channel." But the thought wouldn't leave. And eventually, over time, this quiet, almost defiant question rose up. Why not me? In those long days of silence, I started realizing how many of my limits were actually self imposed. They were stories that I had been telling myself for years, kind of like invisible scripts running in the background. For the first time, I really sat with them. And some traced all the way back to being a kid and being teased for having acne or my constant struggle with weight over the years. I realized that I had internalized these experiences and started believing that I wasn't worthy to be seen, that I wasn't enough. And while asking why not me didn't immediately erase all of this doubt, it did spark a shift. I started to realize how often I'd stepped back from opportunities, not because they weren't fair, but because I assumed they weren't for me. It's kind of like standing in front of an orange tree. You reach your hand out to grab an orange, then you pull it back, thinking that they're meant for someone else. And you tell yourself, I'm not the type of person that gets oranges. But what if it is your tree? What if it's always been your tree? And that's what hit me. So many of the things I believed over the years were not based on facts. They were just stories I accepted without questioning it. But once I started asking why not me, I started testing the limits. I launched this channel despite my many fears of putting myself out there. I joined Toastmasters, confronting my anxiety around public speaking, and I even got on stage and told a 5-minute story to a crowd of 271 people. Okay, quick interruption because after I filmed, I realized I skipped over a lot of like the messy middle parts of it all. And I didn't want it to seem like I just asked why not me and suddenly became this fearless person. There were moments that I was absolutely sick to my stomach with fear and nerves. And there were moments where I didn't want to hit the record button. And then there were moments I hit the record button and I hated what I recorded or I didn't want to put it online. And there were moments where I did record and still screwed it all up. Very basic things like you'll see in this video with the lighting streaks all over me. I practice speeches in front of fake audiences with a VR headset. And I even have a saved chat with ChatGPT where the night before the storytelling event, I was asking it if I should push myself to do it or not, because I was really just hoping that it would tell me I didn't have to do the scary thing. But here's the part that matters. It wasn't about getting it perfectly right. It was just about trying and proving to myself that I could still do the scary thing, even if my voice shook, and little by little proving that I could do these things that I previously said I couldn't. I'll get into some of the actual steps in just a bit, so stick around. But first, I wanted to say this one thing. Asking why not me doesn't make you fearless or instantly good at something, but it dares you to move anyway. Okay, let's get back to the video. There are way bigger examples of this. Like Sarah Blakely started Spanx with no background in fashion and only $5,000 in savings. And now it's like a multi-billion-dollar company, all because she asked, why not me? And here's the thing, this isn't just feel-good fluff. This mindset shift is backed in psychology. So when you ask, why not me, you are embracing a growth mindset. And what that means is that your abilities are no longer fixed. They can be developed over time through effort and learning. And when you start to embrace challenges as opportunities, you can flip the script of I can't do this to I can't do this yet. This question also enhances your self-efficacy, which is your belief in your abilities to succeed. Now, this belief doesn't even have to be huge. Even a tiny flicker of maybe I could try is enough to change what you do next. And finally, why not me is really just one big cognitive reframe. It takes the belief that that's not for people like me and flips it to, wait, maybe it is. So here's how you apply it in a meaningful way. First, notice the stories that you're telling yourself. And every time you hear yourself say, I could never do that, pause and ask, is it true or is this just a belief that I've picked up along the way? Then challenge it. Practice asking why not me at least once a day, if not multiple times a day, but actually answer it. Why not you? Who says? Who made up that rule? And do you still have to abide by it? Next, test it. Now, pick something small, but something you've always told yourself that you're not the type of person to do. And do it. Just try it. Even if you stumble, it is proof that you can take action. And once you do, start collecting the evidence. Because once your brain sees that you can do all of these things that you said you couldn't, it becomes a little addicting and it starts asking, what else can I do? That is how possibility grows. And that is how we expand. And the best part is you don't even have to be confident. You just have to be willing. That's what Why Not Me is really about. It is challenging these self-imposed limits. So now when I catch myself thinking, that's not for me, or I could never do that, I always stop and ask, why not me? Because if I'm the only one standing in my way, I have the power to move. This simple shift unlocked doors I always thought were locked. But the truth is, I had the key the entire time. Now it's your turn. What's one thing you told yourself you could never do? Drop it in the comment. Call yourself out. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe. I make videos for people who are ready to rewrite their stories, do the scary thing, and finally step into the life they've been imagining. Thanks so much for watching.